I think the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to remove yourself from people and environments that just no longer serve you. I know a lot of times, and I used to be guilty of this, we like to hold on. And we'll hold on tight. We'll hold on to people who disrespect us. We'll hold on to environments that give us anxiety, right? And a lot of times we'll negotiate with ourselves and we'll say things like, well, those have been my friends for X amount of years, or this is the area that I grew up in, I can't let this go. But those are the very things that are holding you back from the version of you that you're trying to become. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Jasmine. I'm so glad to have you. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of letting people go, letting spaces go, creating new routines, new habits, becoming that version of yourself that you claim you want so badly. And a lot of times we think we can go against the program. We think that we can still evolve, we can still ascend and still hang around people who are negative, still hang around people who are toxic, still hang around people who are abusive, who disrespect you. And that's just not how things go. Listen, in order to get something, you're going to have to give something up. In order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. You cannot have both. I've told you guys in countless videos I've lost 100 pounds, and I just did that through cleaning up what I ate and exercising. And that took me about 18 to 20 months to do. But in order for me to lose those 100 pounds, I had to give up fast food. I had to give up soda. I had to give up being lazy and not moving, not walking. I had to give those things up. But in return for giving those things up, I got my health back. I no longer have prediabetes. I no longer have high blood pressure. I no longer have high cholesterol. I had to give something up in order to get something. You know, I also had to give up friends who were obese. You guys, my whole family is obese, and everyone, all the friends that I had at that time were overweight and or obese. But in order for me to step into this new version of myself where I'm health conscious, where I prioritize wellness and fitness, I couldn't become that version if I'm hanging around environments and spaces where that's not the normal. You can't bring people with you. All you're going to do is hold yourself back. The more you refuse to let go of places and spaces and people that don't serve you anymore, the longer you delay your own growth. I had to get around new people. I had to make new friends, gym friends, people who work out, people who don't allow themselves to not move their body for weeks on end, people who eat their fruits and vegetables, people who truly care about their health. I had to get around those people. In order for me to become that version of myself that I am today, I had to get in new environments. I had to get into a gym. Never had gym memberships before. What? A gym membership? I had to go and get a gym membership. I had to get around people who like to work out. You got to leave people behind. You cannot bring people with you. I'm going to say that again. You cannot bring people with you. I don't know how many more times I have to say it, but it's never going to work. You cannot raise people up with you. They will either pull you down or you're going to eventually realize that they're just holding you back. But you cannot raise people up with you. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can step into that new version of yourself. Ask yourself, would the version of you who is running her successful business tolerate disrespect? Would you tolerate someone who calls you out your name? Would you really tolerate someone who raises their voice at you, doesn't know how to have a conversation with you without getting hot-headed? Would the version of you who is posting her content, who's making 6 and 7 figures a year, would that version of you tolerate friends who only take from you but never pour into you? Would you? Just ask yourself and be honest. I think a lot of times we gaslight ourselves and we'll try to convince ourselves that it's not as bad as it really is, but it really is that bad. Because if the answer is no, if that higher version of you that's confident, who loves herself, who has standards for herself, if that higher version of you wouldn't tolerate those type of people in her life, Why are you tolerating them in your life right now? Why do you continue to hold on to people who are draining you? This is why doing the inner work is just so important, because when you do the inner work, you start to realize that you accept the bullshit. People keep saying, or people will say, you know, so-and-so doesn't treat me right. Okay, well, you tolerate it. You tolerate it. You're in a relationship with someone who does the bare minimum. Why are they doing that? You tolerate it. At the end of the day, it's you. No one's putting a gun to your head and telling you that you have to stay. That's what you're choosing to do. And then you waste so much energy trying to get them to see things from your perspective, trying to get them to change. You cannot change people. I don't know how many more times I have to say that you do not have the power to change other people. The only thing you can change is you. This is why I always say you are holding yourself back. Instead of wasting energy trying to get people to change, just change you. It's so much easier to change you than to change someone else. If you've already expressed to them how they make you feel and they don't change, well, that's the choice that they've made. So now the only choice you have is, what are you going to do about it? You're going to stick around. You're going to have more countless nights crying and talking about, well, why do they treat me like that? Or you're going to get your ass up and leave. Just leave. We overcomplicate things in our own life. And a lot of times we don't even see it. You're making it harder than it has to be. And then some people will say, well, I'm going to miss them. It's hard to leave. Isn't it hard to stay? Isn't it hard to stay? I've been in toxic relationships. It's hard to stay. It's hard to cry and you feel bad and you feel like you're not enough. That is hard. It's hard to stay in friendships where you're always supporting them and they're not supporting you. That's hard. That hurts your feelings. So either route you take, it's going to be hard. But at least the route that is you leaving, there's sunlight at the end of that. There's something better waiting for you. There's a higher version of you who now has self-respect, who now has boundaries, who now has confidence, who now knows how to put herself first, who now has no one draining her of her feel-good energy. In order for you to ascend, in order for you to become that version of you that you want to become, you got to leave people behind. You have to change your environment. You got to change. You cannot improve yourself by staying in the same situations around the same people in the same places that drain you. Go to a new side of town. Hang out over there. Let this side of town go. Go to new gyms. Go to new clubs. Go to new outings. Go to new restaurants. Get in new Facebook groups. Just start over. Start over. Slice and dice. Start a whole new life. A whole new life. But I cannot stress this enough. You're going to have to let them go. We will hold on so tightly to the dynamics that we know are draining us than to just let it go. Like think of it like a knife. Like let's say you're holding on to someone, and in order to hold on to them, you have to grip on really tightly to this knife, right? And in the process of just holding on to this knife, it's cutting your hands, and it hurts so bad. You're bleeding, it hurts, but you're just holding on. You're just holding on to this person. But in the process of holding on, you are destroying yourself. The relief comes when you just let the knife go. Now you stop bleeding. Now your hands can heal. Now you're not in pain. All because you just made the decision to let go. Just let go. Let them Go. Move on. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. The link is down below in the description. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.